Welcome back to GH Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the dramatic and intense situation unfolding within the Corinthos family, particularly involving Sonny Corinthos, Carly Spencer, and Jocelyn Jacks. The intricate threads of loyalty, family tension, and hidden agendas are converging into a confrontation that will shake the foundation of these characters' relationships. Sonny Corinthos has recently undergone major heart surgery. Though the operation was successful, Sonny remains in a fragile state, both physically and emotionally. Despite the doctor's repeated warnings to avoid stress and prioritize rest, Sonny finds himself consumed with worry not just about his health, but about the escalating pressures from his complicated family dynamics and the volatile affairs of his criminal organization. Sonny, who prides himself on his ability to protect his loved ones, cannot find peace as the complications in his personal life steadily mount. One day, during a visit from his closest confidant, Jason Morgan, Sonny learns disturbing news concerning his teenage stepdaughter, Jocelyn Jacks. Jason, ever vigilant, has observed recent unusual behavior in Jocelyn. He reports to Sonny that Jocelyn has become withdrawn, secretive, and noticeably anxious. Behaviors entirely unlike her typical open and vibrant personality. Jason is convinced Joss is deliberately hiding something significant. Sonny's instincts as both a father and an experienced protector immediately kick in. He grows deeply concerned, sensing potential danger around his daughter. Frustrated and protective, Sonny confronts his ex-wife, Carly Spencer. He strongly criticizes Carly for what he perceives as negligence, accusing her of being too wrapped up in her newfound romance with Brennan, her charismatic new boyfriend, to adequately monitor and guide her teenage daughter. Sonny believes Carly has become distracted, neglecting her parental responsibilities in favor of a romantic relationship. He bluntly warns Carly that her lack of attention is leaving Joss vulnerable to negative influences or even serious danger. Sonny's criticism deeply wounds Carly, who vehemently denies neglecting Jocelyn. Yet, beneath Carly's initial defensive reaction lies an uncomfortable truth: her relationship with Brennan has indeed consumed much of her emotional energy and attention. Her priorities have subtly shifted, leaving a vulnerable gap through which Jocelyn has quietly slipped. Sonny's stern warnings force Carly to confront this troubling realization. Still angry, Sonny instructs Jason to step up his surveillance efforts, ordering him to discover precisely what Jocelyn is involved in and who might be manipulating her behind the scenes. Jason, as efficient and reliable as ever, dives deeper into his investigation. His meticulous surveillance quickly pays off, revealing shocking news: Jocelyn has secretly joined the WSB. The highly secretive and notoriously dangerous World Security Bureau, known for its covert operations and life-threatening missions. Jason's discovery takes him completely by surprise. Even more troubling, Jason uncovers that the person behind Jocelyn's recruitment into the WSB is none other than Brennan himself, Carly's trusted and beloved boyfriend. The moment Sonny learns of Brennan's involvement in Jocelyn's recruitment, his fury is immediate and intense. Sonny, who has raised Jocelyn as his own daughter, deeply loves and cherishes her, and he would never willingly expose her to the dangers associated with covert intelligence work, especially at her young age. Sonny views Brennan's manipulation as a profound betrayal, one that endangers Joss's safety and future. Sonny cannot fathom how Carly could have missed such a clear danger lurking right under her nose. Outraged and protective, Sonny confronts Carly, urgently sharing Jason's alarming findings. Carly, upon hearing Sonny's revelations, experiences shock, disbelief, and profound hurt. She had genuinely trusted Brennan, believing him to be supportive, caring, and nurturing towards both herself and Jocelyn. The revelation that Brennan manipulated her trust and secretly influenced her daughter devastates Carly, shattering the romantic bubble she had been living in. Realizing the magnitude of Brennan's deceit, Carly confronts him directly, demanding answers and insisting that he remove Jocelyn immediately from the dangerous clutches of the WSB. Brennan, however, shows no remorse or willingness to comply with Carly's demands. Instead, he defends his actions passionately, arguing that Jocelyn possesses exceptional talent, intelligence, and bravery, qualities ideally suited for becoming an outstanding WSB agent in the future. Brennan stubbornly insists that Jocelyn herself expressed interest and eagerness in joining the Bureau. To him, it is a worthy opportunity, not exploitation. Carly vehemently disagrees, expressing fury that Brennan would even consider allowing Jocelyn to enter such a risky lifestyle. Their once loving relationship swiftly devolves into heated conflict, with both Carly and Brennan refusing to back down. During their increasingly volatile confrontation, Carly feels an overwhelming sense of betrayal and heartbreak. She is angry not only about the threat to Jocelyn's safety but also because Brennan clearly manipulated both her and her daughter, breaching her trust in the most painful way possible. Carly asserts repeatedly that Jocelyn is still young, vulnerable, and deserves a safe, stable life, not the dangerous, uncertain path Brennan has set before her. Brennan, in turn, accuses Carly of underestimating Jocelyn, claiming that Carly's overprotectiveness is preventing Joss from realizing her full potential. This fundamental disagreement proves insurmountable. Carly, fiercely protective of her daughter and firm in her stance, finally reaches a breaking point. She realizes that she cannot remain in a relationship built upon deception, manipulation, and conflicting values. With a heavy but resolute heart, Carly decisively ends her relationship with Brennan, choosing her daughter's well-being over her own romantic happiness. Meanwhile, Sonny continues to worry intensely about Jocelyn. His fear stems from personal experience. He knows firsthand the dangers that accompany involvement with powerful secret organizations. Sonny's anger towards Brennan is unrelenting, and he vows privately to ensure Jocelyn is safely removed from the WSB, even if it means confronting Brennan personally or leveraging his formidable resources within the underworld. For Jocelyn herself, the entire ordeal is immensely challenging. She is caught between youthful curiosity, the appeal of exciting adventures promised by the WSB, and the overwhelming guilt of seeing her actions tear apart her family. Jocelyn deeply loves her mother and Sonny, yet she is undeniably drawn to the path Brennan laid before her. Her struggle becomes a central tension within the family, one that could potentially fracture relationships permanently if not addressed and resolved quickly. Jason, now closely monitoring the situation, remains a steady and calming presence, determined to support Sonny and Carly in protecting Jocelyn. His unwavering loyalty to Sonny ensures he remains fully committed to removing Joss from harm's way. Ultimately, the revelation of Brennan's manipulation and the resultant breakup have far-reaching implications. Carly must now rebuild trust with her daughter and prove that her priority remains Jocelyn's well-being. Sonny, though still recovering physically, must manage both his health and this unfolding crisis, demonstrating strength and decisiveness. Jason, meanwhile, will be instrumental in untangling the complex web of alliances, betrayals, and secret agendas surrounding this situation. In the coming days, Port Charles residents will witness the continued emotional fallout and potential for reconciliation or further fractures within the Corinthos family. Will Sonny succeed in protecting Jocelyn from the dark influences of Brennan and the WSB? Can Carly rebuild trust and mend her relationship with her daughter? And will Jocelyn recognize the peril she faces and willingly leave behind a dangerous path? Next, we will dive deep into the thrilling whirlwind of May Sweeps, a time when the heartbeat of Port Charles quickens with jaw-dropping revelations, explosive drama, and steaming encounters that leave fans on the edge of their seats. As the most electrifying period of the soap calendar, May Sweeps promises to unravel hidden truths, ignite fiery passions, and throw unexpected curveballs into the lives of our beloved characters. From potential romantic entanglements to shocking betrayals, let's explore the tantalizing possibilities that could reshape relationships and storylines in this quaint yet drama-filled town. Buckle up as we speculate on who might heat up the screen, who could face heartbreaking deception, and what surprises await in the coming episodes of General Hospital. First, Let's turn our attention to the intriguing connection brewing between Anna Devane and Henry Hank Dalton, a dashing university professor at PCU who recently crossed paths with the seasoned police commissioner. Their chance meeting at the upscale Savoy on April 29 wasn't just a casual encounter. It was charged with an undeniable chemistry that lit up the room. Hank, with his sharp intellect and charming demeanor, showed a keen interest in peeling back the layers of Anna's mysterious persona. However, Anna, ever the composed and cautious figure, played her cards close to her chest, leaving without exchanging contact details. Yet, in a town as intimately connected as Port Charles, fate seems determined to reunite them. Could their next meeting unfold under the soft glow of a quiet cafe or perhaps during a tense university event where Anna's granddaughter plays a pivotal role? The possibilities for a passionate rendezvous are endless, especially considering Anna's current entanglement in a complex spy storyline involving young WSB agents Jocelyn Jacks and Emma Drake, both of whom orbit around Hank's academic sphere. But what if romance precedes revelation? Picture this. Anna and Hank share a whirlwind night of unguarded passion, only for her to later uncover whispers of Hank's dubious connections. Perhaps he's tied to an underground network masquerading as academic research, a secret that could shatter their budding romance and thrust Anna into a moral dilemma: protect her heart or her duty? Shifting gears, let's delve into the complicated dynamics of a marriage on shaky ground, that of Willow Tate Corinthos and Michael Corinthos. Despite their estrangement, the undercurrents of their shared history still ripple through their interactions. Willow's recent alignment with Drew Kane has added layers of complexity, but rumors of a Michael recast have fans buzzing with anticipation. Imagine a transformed Michael striding back into Port Charles, his demeanor altered by time and trials, perhaps hardened by undisclosed struggles during Willow's recovery. Christmas time is here, hippity hoppity, get used to the fact that May Sweeps is gonna knock your socks off with drama. What if Michael's return coincides with unresolved emotions from Willow's time at the Baden-Baden burn clinic, or lingering misunderstandings about his decision to send her away fester like an open wound? A stormy confrontation at the Courtemay mansion could spiral into a night of raw, unfiltered passion as old wounds are bared and forgiven in the heat of the moment. Their reconnection might not just mend hearts but could also redefine family ties, especially if Willow grapples with her feelings for Drew amidst this emotional tornado. Will their rekindled flame endure, or will it flicker out under the weight of past betrayals and new secrets, perhaps involving a hidden letter from the clinic days that resurfaces to haunt them? Now, let's pivot to the seemingly smooth-sailing romance between Lucas Jones and Marco Rio, a pair whose harmony feels almost too perfect to last in the tumultuous waters of Port Charles. Their relationship, built on trust and shared dreams, is ripe for a storm, and May Sweeps could deliver just that. What if a casual conversation at the local diner reveals a bombshell? Marco has been concealing shady dealings with his enigmatic father, Jen Sidwell, a figure with ties to Port Charles's underbelly. Lucas, blindsided by this betrayal, might storm out, leaving their future hanging by a thread. In the aftermath, picture Marco, distraught and seeking solace, stumbling into a dive bar where he encounters none other than Brad Cooper, Lucas's ex-husband, drowning his own sorrows. A misunderstanding, perhaps Marco unaware of Brad's past with Lucas, could ignite a reckless, alcohol-fueled one-night stand, adding a bitter twist of irony to the tale. The fallout could shatter Lucas further when whispered rumors of this liaison reach his ears, perhaps through a spiteful third party eager to stir the pot. Could this betrayal be the final straw, or might Lucas and Marco find a path to forgiveness through raw, honest conversations under the starlit pier, a place symbolic of their first date? Beyond individual romances, May Sweeps in Port Charles is poised to weave a broader tapestry of chaos and connection. Imagine hidden alliances coming to light, such as a secret pact between unlikely characters to undermine a powerful family's grip on the town's economy. Picture clandestine meetings in shadowy corners of the Metro Court, where whispered deals could alter power dynamics overnight. Additionally, what if a long-lost relative of a core character like a sibling separated at birth arrives with a vendetta, stirring up buried family secrets that threaten to unravel decades of trust. These overarching plots could intersect with personal dramas, creating a domino effect where a single revelation at a lavish charity gala cascades into multiple relationships imploding or igniting in the same breath. As we wrap up this deep dive into the tantalizing prospects of May sweeps, it's clear that General Hospital is gearing up for a roller coaster of emotions and surprises. From Anna Devane's flirtation with danger and desire alongside Hank Dalton to the fractured yet fiery bond between Willow and Michael, and the looming heartbreak in Lucas and Marco's story, every corner of Port Charles is brimming with potential for love, loss, and lurid secrets. Will Anna's heart lead her astray before her instincts catch up? Can Willow and Michael rebuild from the ashes of their past, or will new shadows tear them apart? And how will Lucas navigate the double-edged sword of betrayal if Marco's indiscretion with Brad comes to light? Not to mention the town-wide intrigues that promise to shake the very foundation of familiar alliances. Stay tuned, dear viewers, as we count down to May sweeps, where every episode is a masterclass in drama, passion, and the unpredictable magic of soap opera storytelling. Next, we will uncover the latest turmoil gripping Port Charles as the contentious referendum vote over the piers and the ambitious new Esplanade project takes center stage. This pivotal issue threatens to reshape the town's landscape, with mob boss Sonny Corinthos at the heart of the storm, fighting to protect his territory while navigating personal and professional chaos. As political scandals, hidden agendas, and unexpected twists loom on the horizon, the future of the piers and the power dynamics of Port Charles hang in a delicate balance. Join us as we explore the intricate web of deception, desperation, and determination surrounding this high-stakes storyline, speculating on potential game-changers and shocking developments that could turn the tide for Sonny and beyond. The battle over the piers, a long-standing stronghold for Sonny Corinthos, has become the talk of the town, dominating conversations from the hospital corridors to the dimly lit corners of local diners. These docks aren't just a piece of real estate, they're a symbol of Sonny's influence, a tangible link to his empire, now under threat by public opinion and a looming referendum. With the weight of multiple crises pressing down on him, from family betrayals to internal mob tension, Sonny finds his attention fractured, diminishing his ability to mount a robust defense. Yet, whispers around Port Charles suggest there might be an ace up his sleeve no one saw coming. Could an old ally, perhaps a retired fixer with intimate knowledge of the town's underbelly, resurface with a loophole or a long-forgotten deed that could sway the vote in Sonny's favor? Imagine the drama unfolding at a last-minute town hall meeting, where this mysterious figure drops a bombshell, igniting hope for Sonny while sending shockwaves through the opposition. The piers aren't just territory, they're his legacy, and losing them could signal a seismic shift in his standing within the community. Sonny's legal counsel, the sharp-witted Diane Miller, has laid out the harsh reality with her characteristic candor. If the voters of Port Charles decide against him, no legal maneuver in her arsenal can save the piers. Her advice: to polish his tarnished public image, perhaps through a heartfelt charity initiative or a public mea culpa at a community event, falls on deaf ears, as Sonny balks at the idea of groveling for approval. However, what if an unexpected turn of events forces his hand? Picture a rival faction leaking a fabricated story about Sonny's alleged philanthropy, a ploy to undermine him that inadvertently paints him as a misunderstood benefactor. This could spark a groundswell of public sympathy, turning the tide without Sonny lifting a finger. Alternatively, could Diane unearth a forgotten zoning ordinance buried in dusty City Hall archives during a late-night research binge, providing a glimmer of hope to stall the referendum? The stakes couldn't be higher, and as the vote nears, every move counts in this chess game of power and perception. Complicating matters further is Sonny's personal journey to leave the treacherous world of organized crime behind, a decision fraught with emotional and logistical hurdles. He's been vocal about wanting a cleaner slate, a life unmarred by the shadows of his past, but the piers house his legitimate front, Corinthos Coffee, a business that has masked his darker dealings for years. If he truly exits the mob, would losing the piers even matter, Or could he envision relocating his coffee empire to a quaint storefront on the edge of town, rebranding it as a symbol of his redemption? Envision Sonny standing on the docks at dusk, grappling with this crossroads, torn between clinging to the past and embracing a future free of bloodshed. The coffee company isn't just a cover, it's a potential lifeline, a way to sustain his family's legacy without the taint of violence. Yet, surrendering the piers might mean ceding control to enemies waiting in the wings, a bitter pill that even a reformed Sonny might not swallow easily. On the flip side of this saga, Congressman Drew Kane, the driving force behind the Esplanade project that targets Sonny's peers, finds himself embroiled in a scandal that could torch his political aspirations. A viral video of a drugged encounter with an escort named Jacinda has exploded across social media, painting Drew as a figure of ridicule and moral failing. This orchestrated debacle, masterminded by Nina Reeves and Portia Robinson for their own divergent motives, has unleashed chaos. Portia sought to clip Drew's wings, humbling him into retreating from his aggressive push against Sonny, while Nina's venomous intent was to sabotage his relationship with Willow Tate Corinthos, hoping to reclaim her own place in Drew's orbit.